When I am president, we will no longer give money to countries that hate America. I took that book and I gave it to President Trump and I said, quit trying to buy friends, quit paying off enemies. That's not how we become strong. And we'll take care of it. But the one we have to take care of more than that, our #1 national security threat, China. China's been planning war with us for years. And I'm not exaggerating. They've already infiltrated our country. They've purchased 400,000 acres of U.S. soil, most recently near Grand Forks Air Force Base, where our most sensitive drone technology is. They put millions of dollars into our universities, stealing our research, spreading Chinese propaganda. We all got upset with the Chinese spy balloon, right? We have beautiful beaches. That's not why that balloon came over. It's because we're a strong military state. Now we know it connected with a U.S. internet company and sent all that surveillance to China. But what about the fact that 90% of our law enforcement drones are Chinese? Now think about all the mini surveillance that happens. Then you go and you look, there's certain technologies that build up China's military and threaten America. The Biden administration approved 70% of those last year. Trump administration approved even more than that. They've got Chinese police stations throughout our country. They've got a Chinese spy base going off our shores in Cuba. And they're building up their military at a scary pace. China now has 500 nuclear warheads. That's 100 more than they had last year. They have the largest naval fleet in the world. They have 370 ships. They'll have 400 ships in 2 years. We won't even have 350 ships in 2 decades. They're doing artificial intelligence, they're doing cyber, they're doing space, they're developing hypersonic missiles. We've barely gotten started. And now China's the lead developer of neurostrike weapons. Weapons engineered to change the brain activity of military commanders and segments of the population. That's who we're talking about. And Biden wants to tell you that China is a competitor. I dealt with China every single day. China never saw us as a competitor. They always saw us as an enemy. We've got to start looking at them the way they look at us. And the way we do that, no more sale of land to China, and let's take back the land they already purchased. We'll go to our universities and we'll say, you either take foreign money or you take American money, but the days of taking both are over. We'll get that infiltration out of our universities. We will blacklist all the technology that we don't want China to have. We will also go, think about it, more Americans have died of fentanyl than the Iraq, Afghanistan, and Vietnam wars combined. 75,000 Americans last year alone. We'll go to China and say, we're going to end all normal trade relations with you until you stop murdering Americans. You watch how fast they move because they need our economy. And then we will build up our military and modernize it and make it strong. Strong militaries don't start wars. Strong militaries prevent wars. We have too many generals looking at wars of the past, land, air, and sea. We've got to look at the threats of the future. Cyber, artificial intelligence, space, hypersonic missiles, submarines. Those are the things we need to focus on. When we do that, that's when we'll get back on track. And for goodness sakes, we've got to get, you don't have to throw money at the Department of Defense. Clean it up. Get the bureaucracy out. Get the red tape out. Tell them to quit playing favorites with defense contractors. And more than that, get rid of these programs. I mean, for goodness sake, they have got to stop these gender pronoun classes. It's demoralizing our military. So we have the answers on domestic solutions, and we have the answers on national security. But now we've got to start speaking hard truths. Republicans have lost the last 7 out of 8 popular votes for president. That is nothing to be proud of. We should want to win the majority of Americans. But the only way we're going to win the majority of Americans is if we send a new generational conservative leader to the White House. That's the only way. We have to leave the negativity and the baggage behind and focus on the solutions of the future. Another hard truth. I voted for Donald Trump twice. I was proud to serve America in his administration. But rightly or wrongly, chaos follows him. You know I'm right. Chaos follows him. And we can't be a country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it. And then you look at another hard truth. This is a fact. Look at every one of the general election polls. Now keep in mind, a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for Kamala Harris. We know that. And God help us if we ever get a President Kamala Harris. So you look at any of these general election polls. On a given day, Trump and Biden are even. It'll be a nail-biter of an election. We'll be holding our breath and we'll be waiting. And we don't know if that means a President Kamala Harris. I am in every one of those same general election polls. And I defeat Biden by 17 points. Trump got mad and he said it was a dirty poll. And it's funny, it was Wall Street Journal, but it was his pollster that did the poll. Look, if you think about that, you win by that much. That's bigger than the presidency. That's House, that's Senate, that's governorships, that's school board. That's no more biting at the edges when it comes to Congress. But more than that, you go in with a win to D.C. with double digits. That's a mandate. That's a mandate to stop the wasteful spending and get our economy back on track. That's a mandate to get our kids reading again and go back to the basics in education. That's a mandate to secure our border with no more excuses. That's a mandate for law and order back in our country. And that's a mandate for a strong America that we can all be proud of. Don't you want that?